Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
What's goody? What's goody? Oh, what's goody? It's your boy Maas Appeal. And I'm back. Skort Mama. What's going on, Skort Mama? But I'm back. This is break. Hold on, y'all. This is break. There we go. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks. But I already know, Scorp. I already know. But yeah, I'm back. I had to take a little time off. I was getting frustrated with how YouTube was doing my watch hours. So I had to take a couple weeks off to basically get my mojo back. And also work. Work has something to do with this. We got YWG in here tonight. We got Skort Mama here tonight. But I'm back. And this is my first show since I have come back from Oklahoma. I went to Oklahoma. Y'all know I do government contracting. So I had a government contract that I had to go to Oklahoma to basically be the superintendent for. I was out there for about 5 days. It was a cool experience. But a lot has transpired since the last time we met. Since the last time I was here with y'all. But before we go any further, we got to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, see another sunrise, see another sunset, and another chance to love on the people that we cherish. Now, with that being said, I'm back, y'all. I missed y'all. I really, really did. I missed everybody. I missed all of y'all. But Charlie Kirk, and I was, quit hating. Charlie Kirk. I was gonna have a show about Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump on Friday. But I was so tired when I came back from Oklahoma. I apologize, but yeah. I'm glad that I didn't do the show on Friday because so much more information has begun to trickle out about Charlie Kirk and about everything that's been going on. Now, we're still going to talk about Charlie Kirk's rhetoric. And we're also going to talk about the people who follow Charlie Kirk, which they may be a little bit farther out there than Charlie Kirk really was. But we're going to talk about black people's reaction to what's going on with Charlie Kirk and with this national mourning orchestrated by Donald Trump. that has been going on since the time of Charlie Kirk's death. Now, I don't know why or how fate would have it, but I was watching Charlie Kirk's speech when he was unalive. I don't know why. I was flipping through YouTube and there it was. And I'm kind of familiar with Charlie Kirk and with his rhetoric and with some of the things that he's said. So it wasn't a surprise to me that there were lots of people who had never heard about Charlie Kirk, had never heard any of his speeches, and until that time had no knowledge of the things that Charlie Kirk had been saying and the things that Charlie Kirk had been doing. Now, I will say this. Charlie Kirk says some bad things, but just as with everything, there's a duality to everything. Charlie Kirk did do some good things for Black leadership that he invited to Turning Point's Black leadership. He had a Black leadership summit. So there are things that Charlie Kirk done. So I'm not going to that. Neither here nor there. Basically, what happened between Charlie Kirk seemed to be white on white violence, but it has morphed into something else over the weekend. People have come out and they have said that a few weeks ago, some time ago, Charlie Kirk had been approached by Israeli businessmen who wanted to invest in Turning Point. And Charlie Kirk turned them down. And not soon after Charlie Kirk turned down the investment from the Israeli businessman, Charlie Kirk started getting threats. Now, this was a couple weeks ago. Charlie Kirk started getting threats. They don't know where the threats were originating from, but soon after he did not accept the money from the Israeli businessman, Charlie Kirk started getting threatened. Now, the reason that they are saying that Charlie Kirk was being threatened is that there's a particular debate that Charlie Kirk had with a ex-U.S. military man. And this man basically was talking to Charlie Kirk about who runs America through different ways of government contracting and different interest groups and PACs and different things, how Israel and Jewish people were basically running the U.S. government. Now, Charlie Kirk kind of, I won't say he dismissed it, but like 6 hours after Charlie Kirk had the debate, he did some research, and it is said that Charlie Kirk was going to come out and denounce this administration for how their dealings were transpiring with Israel. Now, I'll ask this question to the audience because I want to know what you all think. Did Charlie Kirk get an investment that he couldn't turn down? And who would be the most to gain from Charlie Kirk's death? Who would be the most to gain from Charlie Kirk's death up to this point, knowing his association with Donald Trump? Now, what would happen if Charlie Kirk was going to come out and basically break his allegiance with Donald Trump? That would be crippling. That would be crippling to Donald Trump's administration if Charlie came out and denounced this administration because of their dealings with Israel. Now, since this information has come out, media has begun to question Benjamin Netanyahu on if Israel murdered Charlie Kirk. Who would Israel murder Charlie Kirk for? And is this the reason that this administration is trying to say that it's the rhetoric of the Democrats that brought about this? Why are the Republicans and this administration trying to push this off on the Democrats? Is that a smoke screen to throw you off of Israel's involvement in Charlie Kirk's death? I'm just asking questions. Who would benefit the most from Charlie Kirk's death? Wow. Who would be the most to benefit? And why, out of nowhere, would Israel come and try to invest in Turning Point? Would that be a way to get Turning Point under their thumb? Because if you take our money, and Charlie Kirk said no. Who really killed Charlie Kirk? And this guy that they have, that his dad turned him in, he doesn't look like the man that's on the video. It's two different men. I think everything that's been going on made me pull out my book by William Cooper. Everything that's been going on made me pull out my book, Behold the Pale Horse. It made me pull this book out. The cover's gone, but Behold a Pale Horse. And one of the chapters that I read in this book a long time ago talked about silent weapons for quiet wars. Silent weapons for quiet wars. And I say that because there's a lot of Manchurian candidates running around the United States right now. And all it takes is a code word to set them off. Why would Charlie Kirk turn his back on Donald Trump? Nah, that ain't the wine. April Showers, how you doing? Nah, this is some Cooper's Hawk Chardonnay. This is real good. This is really good. But yeah, I missed all of y'all. Shouts out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shouts out to everybody watching on Instagram. Shouts out to everybody watching on Freaking TV. All my people in South Korea and Nigeria. And last but not least, the MA family, the Maas family, and everybody watching right here on YouTube. And there's been so much symbolism going on with Donald Trump. I mean, with Charlie Kirk. With how they carried his casket at an angle, to the men that were throwing side. When Charlie Kirk was shot, you got one man that touched his ear and touched his elbow and touched his mouth, and then the dude right next to him is, and next thing you know, Charlie's shot. Who are those two men? And why is no one talking about those two men? They were standing right, and then how do those two guys get access to the stage where they're up there doing signs? And they've already came out and said that the signs that they were doing are sniper signs. So who was these two guys standing next to Charlie Kirk doing signs? Who were they? And there's so much deflection going on. How do historically black colleges and universities begin to get death threats? Students were going to be killed on black campuses across the United States. What did HBCUs do to Charlie Kirk? What did HBCUs do? What did they do? Yeah, if you haven't had a chance, go check out Scorpio Mama. Now I call her Scorp. Y'all go check out Scorpio Mama's page. She is a master seamstress. She made me a button-down shirt, cowboy shirt. Even though I need a Raven shirt now. Yeah. Don't be mad at me, Scorp, but I need a Raven shirt. I'm rolling with Lamar. When Jerry out of here, I'll be back to the Cowboys. But right now, I'm rolling with the Ravens. Yeah, go check out Scorpio Mama's page. She is a master seamstress. She knits, she sews, whatever you want, she can make it. Go check out Scorp Mama's page. Go check out Scorp Mama's page. That's all I have to say. Scorp Mama is a master seamstress. Go check out Scorp Mama's page. But yeah, how did HBCUs get mixed up in the Charlie Kirk mess? And why are people losing their jobs for now. You can say what you think people should do, but basically, people are not being empathetic towards Charlie Weiss's situation. And those people who are outwardly expressing how they feel about Charlie Kirk are being fired from their jobs. The Supreme Court came out today and basically said, experts came out and said that, the Pentagon is going to face roadblocks for trying to severely punish service members for disparaging Charlie Kirk. Some people are going to be empathetic towards Charlie Kirk and his family, and there are some people that aren't going to be empathetic towards Charlie Kirk and his family. There's nothing that the government or anyone can do about a person's personal thoughts on Charlie Kirk. So there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to get sued for wrongful termination, because I don't think saying something bad about Charlie Kirk constitutes something that is a fireable offense. And Donald Trump is talking about the rhetoric of the left and how the left has been talking in their hateful talk, when Donald Trump has the most hateful rhetoric of any president ever. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Kamala. I talk bad about the Republicans and the Democrats. I don't care about that bird. I'm an independent. Yes, the leader of the free world has some of the most hateful rhetoric that has been said. Some of the most hateful rhetoric that has been said comes out of the mouth of the leader of the free world. Make no mistakes about that. Squirt Mama said it. Squirt Mama said it. Freedom of speech ain't free. Freedom of speech isn't free. I am of a belief that I think that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk being unalive. I'm a firm believer that they had a vested interest in Charlie Kirk being taken off of the face of the earth. I'm not saying nothing about him. I'm not saying nothing about him, Scorp. Scorp said he's vengeful just like Scorp. Come on, Scorp. Come on, Scorp. I'm not saying nothing disrespectful. I'm not saying nothing out of the way. I'm just saying that Donald Trump has said some of the most hateful rhetoric of any president. This is truthful. And I am also of a firm belief that Charlie Kirk was about to denounce this administration because of their dealings with Israel, and that they had to get him up out of here. News agencies aren't asking Benjamin Netanyahu if Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's unaliving just off a whim. Several news agencies have questioned Benjamin Netanyahu on if Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's unaliving. If Charlie Kirk denounced this administration, what would that do to their base? If Charlie Kirk denounced the Republican Party and Donald Trump, what would happen to the current administration? Charlie Kirk had already told them that they needed to release the Epstein files. When will the Epstein files be released? Why is everybody not talking about the Epstein files any longer? Why? Where are the Epstein files? Is Israel culpable? Are they also in the... I'm pretty sure that there are Israeli officials that are in the Epstein files. When will the Epstein files come out? And what if Charlie Kirk was about to start saying again, when will the Epstein files come out? He refused to get in bed with Israel. He started receiving death threats, and 2 weeks later, Charlie Kirk is dead. And they're trying to blame the Democrats. Come on now. Come on now. We're smarter than that, people. Come on now, people. Come on now, people. We're smarter than this. This isn't a black or a white issue. This is a power issue. This is a power structure issue. Why does America bend over backwards to assist Israel in everything? Israel goes rogue and attacks somebody else. And Donald Trump comes out and says, I saw the news reports before I could intervene. You told them no, and you saying that so you're not culpable. What does Israel have over America? Going all the way back to Anwar Sadat, what does Israel hold over America? I think Netanyahu came in right after Anwar Sadat, and he's been in power all those years. I could be wrong. Anybody in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. But was there a leader in Israel between Anwar Sadat and Benjamin Netanyahu? Adult Conversation with Maas is where we talk about what other people won't talk about, and we're adults. Everybody's opinion is warranted, even if it's different. Come on now, people. We're smarter than this. What does Israel hold over America? I don't think that there's anything that Israel has ever done that America condemned it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I will be back every day from now on. I just need a little time off, so I'm back. I'm back, y'all. We're not going to get to ladies tonight. And the reason I say this is strictly we're talking about Charlie Kirk, Isreal, Donald Trump, and the aftermath. Why would Isreal want Charlie Kirk dead? What did Charlie Kirk find out? Who pulled Charlie Kirk's coat? And how does Isreal have carte blanche to come in America and murder Americans? If allegedly, why does another country have carte blanche to send agents inside of America to harm U.S. citizens? I'm telling y'all, it's not a black or white thing. This is bigger than that. This is bigger than your racist man around the corner wearing all. This is bigger than them. This is bigger than them. This is bigger than some bigotry and racism that's going on in America. And we have to understand that and see this, you all. Other countries are coming inside of America and harming American citizens. Who is allowing them to do this? Who's this guy, Arnie Pasternak, that was Kanye's bodyguard? This guy has been the bodyguard of all the recent deaths in music and Hollywood. Arnie Pasternak. Look him up. He's an Israeli special forces. But he's a trainer. It's weird stuff going on in America, and other countries have access to come into America and harm U.S. citizens. I look at stuff from a different angle. I guess it's because I don't watch the U.S. news. But what is really going on? Why are media outlets questioning Benjamin Netanyahu if Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death? April Shower said, what happened to freedom of speech? Scorp says freedom of speech is not free. What? Uh-oh. Scorp Mama said, YWG, are you a tether? Oh, no. Oh, no. April Shower said, what happened to freedom of speech? Scorp said, freedom of speech ain't free. These people are out here saying all types of stuff about Charlie Kirk. And they being fired from their jobs. Think about that. But think about all the people disparaged. I can't even think of the man that got choked out in Milwaukee. Think about all the people that disparaged him, that was walking around talking about, I can't breathe. Think about that. People are losing their jobs because they don't agree with Charlie Kirk's rhetoric. Now, it's bad that he died for his opinion. That's not right. But people are losing their jobs because of their opinion of him and all the divisive things that he said. Come on now. There were people walking around talking about, I can't breathe. Those people didn't lose their jobs. Those people weren't castigated. That's why black people feel like this support, this national mourning is a slap in the face. When we just had people walking around talking about, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Those people weren't losing their jobs. So why are people losing their jobs for Charlie Kirk, for not expressing some type of empathy towards him? It's not right. And there's white people that are losing their jobs, and I mean, I think black people know better than to say anything about Charlie Kirk in the workplace. So these people that are losing their jobs, these are white people, because ain't no black person gonna go into the workplace and talk bad about Charlie Kirk in the state of America that we are in right now. So when the news is talking about people are losing their jobs for disparaging remarks about Charlie Kirk, those are white people. Because black people are not going into their jobs in the state of America right now and saying nothing negative about Charlie Kirk in front of white people. And if they are, they dumb as hell. So yeah, make no mistakes about that. The people that are losing their jobs for talking down on Charlie Kirk at work are white people. Because black people, we not gonna be at the cooler saying nothing negative about no Charlie Kirk at work. Believe that. Believe that. Believe that. Now I had a poll, and I asked in my poll, do you think did Israel kill Charlie Kirk? And there's 8 votes. 88% of the people said no, Israel didn't kill Charlie Kirk. 12%. One person said yes, Israel did kill Charlie Kirk. Right. Exactly. YWG said, we don't care about him, so we are going to chill it. Yeah, ain't no black person going to be at work talking down on Charlie Kirk in the state of America right now. With this administration in office, we going to walk past the water cooler and smile and keep on going. We're not even going to engage in that. Hey! Oh, hey! Julius, how you feel about Charlie Kirk? Uh, I haven't even watched the news. I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, we're not even going to engage in those conversations. No, we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, y'all may say I'm bad for saying that, but I'm just being truthful. Ain't no black person going to be at work talking about Charlie Kirk in a negative connotation. And if you get in a conversation that you can't get out of, we're gonna be like, well, I mean, you know, I feel bad for his wife and his children. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to my work. Thanks, y'all. Yeah. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. It's not happening. Yeah, Charlie who? I don't even watch the news no more. I'm not even engaged. Yeah, we're not even engaging in those conversations at work. We're not even engaging in those conversations at work. That's somebody, if it is a black person at work and they engage, that's somebody that they may, what's the word I'm looking for? They may think they in more than they really are in. Black people, leave them Charlie Kirk conversations alone at work. Black people, it's hard out here. For black people that are unemployed right now, it's hard to get another job. Do not engage in any Charlie Kirk conversations at work. Don't do it. We want you to keep your job. And that might be the quickest way to lose your job right now, is to be in a conversation at work about Charlie Kirk. So leave them conversations alone. Leave them conversations to the white people that's just gonna be mad at each other for a week or two until this die down. Let them engage in these conversations. Leave them Charlie Kirk conversations alone at work if you black. Pontoon Jody. We got Pontoon Jody in the house. Everybody go check out Pontoon Jody's page. If you like women that fish, go check out Pontoon Jody's page. Pontoon Jody, I saw the neck surgery was successful. Hope everything is okay at home. Hope you and your man friend, hope y'all doing great. Everything's cool. You had the neck surgery. The neck surgery was successful. I'm glad everything worked out. But yeah, go check out Pontoon Jody. She catches big catfish, 50, 60-pound catfish. Go check out Pontoon Jody's page. But yeah. YWG said he's gonna say, nah, I'm just gonna say, did you see the Ravens on Sunday? That would be a good thing to do. That would be a good thing to do, because yeah, you black, you go into work, you say something bad about Charlie Kirk, you're gonna be walking out, you're gonna be doing the perp walk with your cardboard box by tomorrow. So don't engage in those conversations. Leave it alone. If they ask you what you think about, I don't even watch the news. See y'all at lunch. Yeah, don't even engage in those conversations, black people. Leave those conversations alone. When white folks start firing white folks, leave them conversations alone. What? Oh, hell no. Hold on, Pontoon Jody. I ain't been gone that long. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now, Pontoon Jody. It's off the subject, y'all. Yeah, it's off the subject. Damn, Pontoon Jody, you gonna make me talk about women? What? How y'all not fishing partners? No, what? What? That don't need. Oh man, we're gonna have to have a conversation. And Pontoon Jody, you're gonna have to fill us in, because I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that. So, Pontoon Jody, who are you fishing with? Who are you fishing with, Jody? Hey, y'all, we're going to have to go to Tennessee and go fishing with Jody, y'all. What the hell? We're gonna have to show up, Jody. We're going to have to show up at your doorstep and go fishing. But yeah, you all. don't let the death of this man change your outlook. Jody, quit playing with me. Quit. Jody, I ain't never seen you on that pontoon on Friday nights alone. Cut it out. Cut it out, pontoon Jody. YWG, man, it's not Friday. We didn't need that. But yeah, pontoon, quit playing pontoon Jody. You know you don't fish on Friday nights alone. I've never seen you fishing on a Friday night alone. We'll have to talk about this another time. But yeah. Now, why would the man that was turned in for Charlie Kirk's unaliving, why would his dad turn him in? Hit the like button. Man, y'all better quit playing with me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Quit playing with me, y'all. Hit the like button. Get me out into the algorithm. Hit the like button. That's all I ask y'all. Hit the like button. Boy, y'all are crazy. But how do you all, I'm going to pose this question. You know what? We're going to exit this poll. We got 9 votes. We got 8 votes no, saying Israel did not kill Charlie Kirk. We're going to come back to that. And we got 1 person that says, yes, Israel did kill Charlie Kirk. We're going to end this poll, and we're going to start the next poll. Something's wrong with y'all. And the next question is, should people be fired for no empathy towards Charlie Kirk? Should people be fired? Should you lose your job because you have no empathy for Charlie Kirk? Should you be fired? And that's the same thing I said. That's the same thing I said, Scorp. That's the same thing I said. His dad disowned him because he was living with a transgender. But I don't think it's him. Scorp. That guy that got turned in by his dad and the guy that's on that video are 2 different people. And where was the rifle when he jumped off the roof? Where was the rifle when he jumped? They said he broke the gun down on top of the roof, then jumped off the roof, ran into the woods, and put the gun back together and left it for the FBI to find. Come on now. We're smarter than that, people. We're smarter than that. Come on now. We're smarter than that. We're smarter than that, people. He broke the gun down on the roof because he didn't have a rifle in his hand when he jumped off the roof. So he broke the rifle down on the roof. They've already said that the rifle that he had, it can't be broken down very, very quickly like that. So he broke the gun down, put it in a bag, jumped off the roof, ran into the woods, put the gun back together, dropped it, left it. Come on now, y'all. Come on. YWG said, according to Charles, he didn't like him. But come on, people. Scorpio, wrong. You wrong for that one, Scorpio. You wrong for that one, Scorpio. Come on now. Come on now. We're smarter than this, people. We're smarter than this. We're smarter than this, people. Right. Should people be fired for having no empathy towards Charlie Kirk? No, you shouldn't lose your job. You can't. Some of my Caucasian family, please answer. Let me know. Should people be fired for not having empathy towards Charlie Kirk? I want some of my Caucasian friends to interject. Please. Because black people aren't going to work and disparaging Charlie Kirk. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. It's hard out here for a black person that ain't got no job. So I can guarantee you they're not giving the job ammunition to release them. So I need my Caucasian family that's in the chat right now to tell me, should somebody lose their job for not being empathetic towards Charlie Kirk? I'm at a loss for this. I'm at a loss. Do you all believe that Donald Trump had the most to gain from Charlie Kirk's death? In the state that it was in right now. Because if Charlie Kirk was going to come out and denounce this administration, they weren't going to let Charlie Kirk come out and denounce this administration and distance himself from Donald Trump. They weren't going to allow that to happen. Charlie Kirk had the minds of the youth, college youth, black and white. Now, black people are going to look at me and say, no, he had the minds of a lot of young black college students. There's a lot of black youth that think that racism does not exist. And he had those black kids' minds. No matter what black America wants to think, there are black youth, men and women in college right now who were following Charlie Kirk because they do not believe that racism exists. Now, we can look at that statement and know that it's not true. But there are black youth, millennials, and younger who believe that racism does not exist because they have never been called a nigger. They have never been bussed. They have never been through Jim Crow. They have been through none of that. And they don't believe that there is racism. And there's nothing that you can tell them that's going to change their mind. And you can say that YWG, you can say them black youth are goofy and haven't received their call yet. But even when they get the call, they don't believe it's racism. No matter what we think or what we see in terms of racism, they do not believe it. And they were following Charlie Kirk. No matter how we want to look at it, how we want to explain to them that racism still exists, they have not been victims of overt racism, and they don't believe it. Because they look at nigga like anybody says it. Oh, rappers, everybody says it. Because they have never been called a nigga in the context that anybody over 45 has been called a nigga. They have never been called a nigga in that context. Oh, nigga, we all niggas. Everybody say nigga. Nigga, Chinese nigga, white nigga, Mexican nigga. Everybody's a nigga. So they don't look at nigga as a bad word. No matter what we say or how we have an outlook on racism, they're not going to see it that way. They're not going to see it that way. So what do you say to them? You can't call them goofy YWG because they've never been victims of overt racism. So if they've never been victims of overt racism, maybe they don't see racism. And we can call them goofy, and we can say, you ain't, and they can say we out of touch. So how do we have a meeting of the minds with the youth to explain to them? How? I'm posing that question to anybody that's out there listening. What do you say to youth to say there is no racism and you're out of touch? And they're following a white man that is spewing racist rhetoric and at the same time saying, I'm not racist. I'm going to ask the tough questions so to engage you all. Yeah, nobody has an answer. Nobody has an answer to explain racism to children that have never experienced overt racism. The only racism that they see is in books. Hit the like button. I just observe and ask questions and give a little commentary. We are officially an hour into the show. We are an hour into the show. I'm at a loss just like you all are at a loss. How do you explain racism to kids that have never been called a nigger in the context that we may have been called a nigger in the past? How do you explain nigger to a black kid that has never heard nigger in the nigger connotation that it has? I apologize for talking, but sometimes you get me. Sometimes you have to say the words for the meaning and the emphasis to come out. Because you have black people that are denouncing the people who are empathetic towards Charlie Kirk. They're saying these people are sellouts and whoop the whoop and this, that, and the other, and you out of touch. You ain't. But how can you tell them that? How can you tell them that? YWG said, let them fend for them. Come on now, you can't. Come on now. The wise man in YWG that's not what you're gonna say, YWG. The wise man inside you is not gonna say, let them film for themselves, is what I say. Come on, come on now. Come on now. We look at some of the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk spews, and he's in the same vein as Donald Trump. Maybe a little bit more to the negative side than Donald Trump, but they're in the same vein where they can say one thing and they can explain a meaning totally different than what you think you heard. That's how you can have him come out and say the things that he said about black women and still have black women and black young college students that still follow him and still support him. I don't. If you're talking about Justin Jefferson, they came out that was AI. That was the internet. Justin Jefferson didn't give Charlie Kirk's family any money, and the Minnesota Vikings came out and also said that as well yesterday. So I'm not sure if you're talking about Justin Jefferson. I haven't heard of any other athletes doing that, but I know that they had said that Justin Jefferson said that he was going to pay for her children's college education. Justin Jefferson don't even have no children of his own to be setting aside some money for somebody else's children. So no, Justin Jefferson did not say that. We're an hour and 5 minutes into the show. We're talking about Charlie Kirk, Isreal, Donald Trump, and the powers that rule the world. Secret weapons for silent wars. Secret weapons. Countries are using people as weapons. People have been hypnotized. People, we know about MK Ultra. We know about these things. You all have seen the movie Manchurian Candidate, going all the way back to the one that was created in the 50s to the one that's in the present. There have always been secret weapons for silent wars. And I'm a firm believer that there are people out there that they're and telling them to go do something, and they're doing it. And they're doing it. And they're doing it. We've had a very, very lively conversation tonight about Charlie Kirk and the aftermath of his unaliving. We've touched on how it seems as if there's like some national mourning. The vice president was at the tarmac to help carry. It just seems so staged to be like, you know, the story of the Miami Hurricanes football player that was killed by one of his teammates. And it just so happened that the teammate that had killed this young man that played on the Miami Hurricanes football team, he was one of the main people in the front when they had a RIP picture and put his jersey on the field. He was one of the main people that was for the forefront trying to show that he was expressing his sorrow for his teammate, unknowing to the other people that were in the picture with him that he was culpable in the unaliving of his teammate. And all of this stuff that they are doing, this administration is doing for Charlie Kirk, comes across like that. That's how it comes across to me. Now, that's my opinion, and that's how I feel. But that's how this comes across to me. Is we're going to have a public spectacle, and we're going to be to the forefront, and we're going to, it's a national mourning, and we are the ones who did it. Allegedly. Dark Star, what's going on, sister? How you doing tonight, Dark Star? Dark Star, we're talking about Charlie Kirk and if Israel is culpable to his unaliving. I know, Dark Star, I know you've been, you watch the news like a lot of us. Right, exactly. All of this pageantry and all this stuff, it comes across as shady. I have a discerning eye how I look at stuff. And the optics of it doesn't sit right with me. The optics of it doesn't sit right with me. It comes across as disingenuous. But I'm, yeah, the protest is too loud. The protest is too loud. At some point, you're protesting to overshadow what you did. And that's how it comes across to me. Now, that's my opinion, but it's overboard. Congressional Medal of Honor? Come on, son. The Congressional Medal of Honor. Think about that. Think about that. The Congressional Medal of Honor? What did Charlie Kirk do to deserve the Congressional Medal of Honor? Be real. Be real. And I'm not trying to disparage Charlie Kirk. I haven't said anything disparaging about that man since everything happened. But come on now. The Congressional Medal of Honor, all flags across the country at half-mast? Come on. There's people who have fought for our freedom in wars, who died for our freedom in wars, that don't have a Congressional Medal of Honor. Come on now. Congressional Medal of Honor, national flags at half-mast. Come on now. I said before, I didn't agree with everything the man said, but I didn't in no way want that man to die. But this is overboard. This is overboard. And I have some empathy for Charlie Kirk. But all flags at half-mast, Congressional Medal of Honor, it's overboard. What are they trying to cover up? What are the... It don't sit right with me. I don't know how anybody else looks at it, but it don't sit right with me. The optics of it. The optics of it doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't. It's too much. At some point, you're going overboard to cover up something bad to happen. And that's how I look at it. And that's my opinion. But the optics of it is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. What the hell? Right. And that's what I say. That's what I say, Dark Star. I may disagree with him, but he had the right to say what he wanted to do. YWG, you wild as hell, man. But yeah, it's at some point it becomes a little bit too much. What are you trying to cover up? What are you trying to deflect? What are you trying to overly praise this person for to deflect the attention away? What is it? overboard. It's overboard. And there's too many, the TV stations, the media outlets, there's too many people that are in on this. This is too much. It's too much. And anybody with a discerning eye that looks at it says, this is overboard. This is overboard. This is overboard. And anybody that says that it's not overboard, come on now. Regular, average, everyday Joes don't get Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, he started a pack, and he did some things, but I don't think he's did anything on a national level to get a Congressional Medal of Honor. And that's my opinion. But like I said, it just seems like it's overboard. It's too much. There's too much pageantry. They are politicizing this man's death just a little bit too much. Just a little bit. And to people with discerning eyes, you can see it. Went overboard just a little bit too much in your public discourse of mourning and flags half-mast and Congressional Medal of Honor. I mean, the man hadn't been, the man is not even in the ground, and Donald Trump is saying he's getting the Congressional Medal of Honor. The man ain't even in the ground yet. I don't know how y'all look at it. But it's just a little bit overboard to me. That's how I see it. Right. We got all types of veterans that lost their lives for our freedoms, and they don't have Congressional Medal of Honors. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disparage Charlie Kirk in no shape, form, or fashion. I'm just saying he's not deserving of a Congressional Medal of Honor. That's the only thing I'm saying. What did he do? And for all the people who talk about the good things that he did, I think he was way more divisive than the good that he did. I think he was way more divisive than the good that he put out. No, that's my opinion. I have nothing bad to say about him. But yeah. He said a lot of crazy stuff. I can't overlook it because I know that racism exists. So, although I am empathetic to him, I am very aware of the person that he was. And you can be aware of who he was and who he stood for and what he stood for, and not like him, but still be empathetic. That's me. And there are people out here that have no empathy for him. And I don't castigate them. I think everyone should be able to have their own opinion about a person without being disrespectful. You can respectfully not like someone. It's just my thoughts. Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette had on them Panther print this weekend. She had on them pants. Jeanette had on that cougar. She had on that cougar print this weekend. Jeanette, I wasn't on vacation. I was working. But yeah, Jeanette had on them cougar print this weekend. Pants and top. Walking around like a cat. Right. Darkstar 44 said Kirk was just as divisive as Candace Owens. Candace Owens is real divisive. And she a different. She hung with Charlie Kirk, so she's a different black woman. She's yeah. She said Charlie Kirk was her best friend. So that kind of tells you the wavelength that she's on. Because I'm not sure, maybe behind closed doors, she went to Charlie Kirk and said, you know, what you said about black women, I don't agree with that. Now, we cool, but what you said about black women, Charlie, me as a black woman, I ain't rolling with that. Now, maybe she said that to him in the background, but just her saying that Charlie Kirk is her best friend kind of explains what type of black woman she is. And that's not to disparage her. That's just being truthful. Lazarette said, YWG, you are evil. Lazaretto, thank you for joining us tonight. Your opinion is valued just like everybody else's. Well, thank you for coming tonight, Lazaretto. Please continue to join into the conversation. Yeah, respect the chat. That's all we ask anybody that comes in here. Just respect the chat, because you disrespect the chat. There are moderators that will deal with you. They will deal with you in a swift and fast fashion. Okay. April Shower said Charlie and Candace probably started off together and got brainwashed somewhere along the line. Wow. YWG, you evil, man. I don't, you're evil, brother. I don't know what you said. I've been talking. Really didn't. I've been looking at some of the comments, not sure what you said to tick Lazaretto off, but yeah, if somebody says something you don't like, you're more than welcome to let them know respectfully. We don't allow disrespect in here, but you can respectfully have a different opinion to someone. That's just what we do here. That's what we do here. I don't know. Yeah, if Jug was here, somebody probably would have been bounced. Yeah, Jug's moderator hook is real fast. It's real fast. I mean, yeah, Candace was rolling with all his talking points. Candace Owens was. She said he was her best friend. So yeah, but what we're talking about is who would benefit the most. Who would benefit the most from Charlie Kirk's unaliving? At this point in what the public knows in regards to his allegiances, who would benefit the most? I think the people that would benefit the most are the same people that would be crippled if Charlie Kirk came out and said that he was distancing himself from this administration because of their dealings with Israel. Yes. Now, I just have a different type of lens when I look at things. And all this pageant, like I'm going to say it one more time. All this pageantry around Charlie Kirk is overboard. You overgrandize something when you're trying to cover up stuff on the other end. And that's the way I feel about this situation. It's my opinion. All alleged. 12 million. April Shower said 12 million to Turning Point. Darkstar said it's the other way around. TPS hired Candace to talk bad about black people. Maybe that's why she didn't really have anything to say when Charlie Kirk went at black women. Yep, she was cougared down to the toes. She had a leopard print on, y'all. Jeanette had that leopard print on this weekend down to the shoes. Right. No, not Nick Fuentes. It was a Nick Fuentes supporter, allegedly, that unalived Charlie Kirk. It was a supporter of Nick Fuentes who unalived Charlie Kirk. Darkstar said Matt Walsh, Candace Owens. Why did we just say Candace Owens took the money? All money ain't good money. But yeah, y'all. This Charlie Kirk unaliving, the rabbit hole goes deep. It goes real deep. You got to look under the surface. We never look at what's surface level here. We're going to go down. Yeah, we're going to go under the surface. And there's a lot going on with what happened with Charlie Kirk. A lot going on with it. And there's a lot of pageantry and I don't know. I'm from the streets. And this looked like some fuckery. It's too much pageantry. It's too much pageantry for this to be on the up and up. Congressional Medal of Honor, all flags in half, Maas. All these states are coming out saying they're gonna. It's too much. It's too much. The cover up is on, y'all. Allegedly. I'm not sure how y'all look at it, but from my discerning eye, it's some. Yeah, it's some. Everything ain't on the up and up. And what you think you see, you didn't see. And what you think you heard, you didn't hear. There's some stuff going on with this whole situation. Especially now that it comes out Charlie Kirk was questioning Donald Trump's association with Israel. Yeah. We got to look at these things. And Charlie Kirk was going to come out and denounce this administration because of their dealings with Israel. They couldn't let that happen. They couldn't let that happen. They couldn't let that happen, y'all. And y'all know they couldn't let that happen. The world is on the brink, you all. For all we know, World War III has already started. Because the way that war was fought before now is not. We can kill people in other countries from right here in America. Other countries can kill people in America from their country. The way wars are fought now is totally different, you all. Then Mountain Dew just came out with a new drink, Purple Darkness or Purple something. Are we going to have a blackout, y'all? We done already had Infinite Swirl. We done already had Infinite Swirl with all the storms and all the. Yeah, now we got Purple something. Are we about to have a blackout, y'all? Told to us by Mountain Dew. Crazy times we living in. Purple Thunder. I think that's the name of the new Mountain Dew. Darkstar said, why did the FBI cover up the LGBT? They didn't cover it up. They said he had wrote different things on the bullets that they found. There were he wrote a lot of pro-trans statements on the bullets. I think that's a ruse. That's a ruse. That's a ruse. That's right, Most. That's right, Squirt Mama. All praise to the Most High. That's right, Squirt Mama. Yeah. Hey, I just see it how I see it, and I just ask questions, y'all. I just see it how I see it, and I ask questions. I really missed everybody. I've been gone for almost 3 weeks. I missed y'all, but yeah, I had to recharge my battery, as well as do some other work, do some other things. What? Yeah. So yeah, don't look at everything from the surface level. Don't look at everything from the surface level. I'm back. Your boy is back. We'll be back tomorrow night with another show. We'll be the rest of the week. I'm back, y'all. I just need a little break. I'm back. Got my people, my family, the Maas Appeal family is here. We have some new people come in tonight. Yeah, I know I don't look like it's a whole lot of in this noodle, but it is. It is. It is. But yeah. talked about Charlie Kirk tonight. This has been the first show in 2.5 weeks. Yeah, I missed everybody. Oklahoma was good. Life has been good. I hope life has been treating everybody great. I have no complaints about life. Life is tough. Tough is good. Stuff happens. Stuff happens. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the first show back in 2.5 weeks. First show back from Oklahoma. And we back at it, y'all. Ain't nothing changed. It's still adult conversation with Maas, the place where we gonna talk about whatever. We gonna talk about the stuff that the other channels won't talk.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
That's what we do over here. We talk about the stuff that everybody is afraid to talk about. Everybody's afraid. Please join me all night. Don't argue. This boy Maas. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's show. I left Facebook on for the whole show. I left all my channels on for the whole show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Tomorrow night, y'all gonna have to come on YouTube. Join into the conversation. Tomorrow night we talk. Tomorrow night is ladies' night. I don't know if y'all gonna like it.
Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group.